I teach beginning, intermediate, and advanced guitar lessons for those that want to do that. Years ago, many years ago, there was a TV show that I watched when I was a little boy called the Ozzie and Harriet Show. And at the end of that show, one of the sons, Rick Nelson, would sing and play guitar. My mom tells a story, I have no memory of this. She tells a story that I would sit there with tears. And I didn't know if that was because I didn't like what I was hearing or I loved what I was hearing. Apparently, I loved what I was hearing, so I actually began playing guitar before I ever held one. And so then I was, S&H Green Stamps was the go-to for beginner guitars at that time. So I was given Christmas by Santa Claus a Stella by Harmony guitar. And I immediately wrote a song with it. Don't know what it sounded like. And that just began just a great time in my life, playing guitar and meeting some really prominent musicians and getting to play and record with them, and continue to play professionally to this day, happily so. And that's what brought me to the guitar. Crying like a little bitty baby in front of a TV. It's probably black and white. Maybe I wanted to see it in color. Who knows? I started teaching at a place when I was 13 or 14 years old. I'd been playing like a year or so at a place in English Village, which I think now is a pastry shop, sweet music, called Ted Brooks Guitar. And he mentored me, and so I began teaching there, taking lessons there. He introduced me to Chet Atkins. They were good friends, and so that was really cool. And so I got to meet Chet twice, and so I taught. Then in high school I taught at my parents' home, and then I needed to go to college. So went to college, gave up teaching, and fast forwarding to now, Bruce Andrews, who is just incredible, as we all know. He offered me the opportunity to teach here, and I like the facilitated process of being part of something that where there's growth, whatever genre of growth that is. Plus, I just love working with students and trying to get the best out of them as their own individual talents will allow. I've been teaching here a little over a year, be going on my second summer. My experience with the Arts Council basically is knowing of Bruce, and it came here to get that first round of COVID vaccinations. And then that's when Bruce mentioned, hey Joe, you should teach. So, and I really couldn't, I didn't have time to devote to it at the time. So a few months after that, I said, yeah, Bruce, if the opportunity is still available, I'll love to do it. And it's just been great. To know, first I would like the opportunity to speak with the child or the adult, those who are actually going to be taking lessons, and engage what their expectations are, what they think they would like to get out of it. That ranges from, I just want to know how to play guitar. But there's anyone who's, in my opinion, anyone who is motivated to play an instrument, that initial spark came from somewhere. So I believe in whatever is, I like to individualize each lesson for each individual student. That makes sense, as opposed to this rigorous, this is the way it's done. And I've had enough playing experience and time around the block to be able to do that. And so I'd like to, for the lack of a better word, interview who I need to interview, just to find out what their motives are, and to see if there's truly some want and desire. And if there is no want and desire, then there are ways to make it fun for them, so it's another means of communication. Because they're so busy with hockey, baseball, football, cheerleading. What else is there a child can do? all of the above. Same with adults. Think and consider bringing some spice to their life and coming in and visiting, investigating all that this facility does. Whether it's just attending a show, looking at who visiting. I mean, there's so much information about the performers that perform here. If they would Google them, read their bios, they'd be very impressed at what Bruce tracks, because I'm sure he gets calls. He's inundated with calls for touring acts that want to perform here. The facility is acoustically, sonically, from a PA sound system, it's really second to none.